Good afternoon, Mark here from Excel. This is a wine tasting I probably wasn't expecting to be doing, and I will try to explain why. It is for a wine that is one of the 50 best in shows at this year's Decanter World Wine Awards, the 2020 awards, the ones much delayed in their announcement owing to the coronavirus pandemic, unsurprisingly. And it qualifies not only as a best in show, but it qualifies as a value best in show because its price to the UK market is below £15 a bottle. And there are not many among the 50 that do that. We've got a couple of others actually. What makes it more surprising is it's not only below £15, but it's a Bordeaux that goes below £15. And that's why I wasn't expecting to be featuring it really, or talking about it. It might be a wine that we offered, I thought, but as a Bordeaux below 15 quid, is it going to be any good? Is it going to be worth talking about? Is it something we just offer to our public because they will want to buy it, but actually it's difficult to get that excited about it? And actually it turns out you can be wrong about these things. It is a 2019, so a young Bordeaux. It's from the left bank, but it comes out under the Bordeaux Supérieur appellation. It doesn't come out under any of the esteemed names of Margaux, Saint-Estèphe, Saint-Julien, nor does it come out under Azot-Médoc, which is the surrounding region, but it comes out as Bordeaux Supérieur, so if you like the lesser lands around it, and by and large you look at those Bordeaux Supérieur wines and say, well, they're probably pretty ordinary, but again it comes down to this thing, as we've mentioned before, that in good vintages, and 2019 is rapidly emerging as one of those, if you get a good year, then you're on top of, even in quite ordinary vineyards, some pretty good wines. This is a young wine, it's designed to be drunk young, and it is the Chateau Lacombe Cadiot. We are selling it at £13.75, and actually it is a better wine than that, and part of that is because we are straight to Chateau, straight to the customer, rather than coming through an intermediary importer. And it's a real surprise, actually. Now, obviously, it's not going to be your big, heavy, this is not some Deuxième Cru Classé, fantastic Super Margaux, which has been in bottle for 20 years and smells of tobacco and smells of cedar and all those sandalwood and all those great things. It's clearly not that sort of wine. And it's an 80% Merlot, so it has a lot of darkness and blackness to it, and you can probably see that in the glass. That is a darker colour than you might normally expect Bordeaux to be. And it's glorious on the nose. It's funny, actually, if you'd asked me straight up, I would have said it probably had some oak to it, because there is something almost a little bit vanilla-y about it, but actually it's just the pure exuberance of the fruit. The Decanter World Wine Awards review talks of black cherries, talks of elderberries, and I think that's exactly right. There is it's more black fruit than red fruit, in my view. It's certainly not red currants and raspberries and stuff like that. But it's not deep, dark black fruit. It's not brambles. It's not the sort of it's not the black currants of Cabernet Sauvignon. And you know, with 20% Cabernet Sauvignon, you'd expect that. But it's exuberant on the nose, and it's in the mouth. It's surprisingly full, which again is the Merlot talking. It's not an absolute blockbuster of a wine, you know. It's not a monster, but then it's not designed to be. It's a Bordeaux. Bordeaux doesn't do monsters. It's just a really, really nice glass of wine. I've tried this with 2 or 3 foods. Had this with some chicken and rice soup for lunch. Had some fresh pasta last night. Absolutely great with those. And it's just, I can't really describe it. It's just really nice. On that sort of power scale that supermarkets sometimes have of a really light sort of Gamay type wine scores 1 or 2, and your really big heavy Australian Syrahs come in at a 10 on the other end. This is probably a 4 or 5. It's mid-scale, but that's perhaps to damn it with the slightest or the faintest of praise, because it's just really interesting. It's lively, it's fresh, it's exuberant, and yet it's got some real body and it's got some real shape to it, and I totally understand why they made it a best in show. It's just so much more interesting than your average supermarket Bordeaux, and it's just lovely. I mean, I think this is one to go for, and fabulous with Sunday lunch, that kind of thing. If you want to quaff Bordeaux and pull a cork on a bottle of Bordeaux and not have to be too worried about the price, this absolutely does it. And as I said, this has been a bit of an epiphany for me. I wasn't expecting a £13 Bordeaux to be any good. Turns out it really is, and I recommend it.